right up here at the same.
Coach Stan Basil, House of College Hoops. You guys really dominated in the paint and in transition. Could you talk about how important those transition buckets were as well?
Yeah, I thought they got to the rim, and I'm not so sure that wasn't Duquesne's plan, but they are hard to keep in front of you. And again, one's got great savvy, the other's got great speed and quickness, and they just made plays. I thought they chopped off to a number of their teammates for layups, and I would agree with the limited threes that we shot in the second half, but we made 3 of 4 of them, and that's what this says, which is obviously really efficient. I thought our offense was very good in the second half, but it was just those two guys really making plays.
Over here.
Coach Lachlan March with the Philadelphia Inquirer. You guys had 10 turnovers in the first half and then cut that figure to 4 in the second half. What did you think about how the team took care of the basketball today?
Yeah, I thought we did really, really well in the second half, just about in every facet of the game. Our defense was very good. They scored a number of points late, but we were lucky enough to get the ball inbounds, because that's one guy throwing it to another pretty good foul shooter, and a guy who can get to the ball and kind of make sure that if he does get fouled, they finish at the foul line very well. But we didn't turn it over. We turned it over 4 times, as you suggested, which is what we should be doing in the first half. But I thought we were on top of our game in the second half, which was great.
We'll stay over here on the left side. Yep.
Dominic Campbell, Pittsburgh Sports Now. Coach, you guys managed to deal with Reese and Williams on Duquesne really well. What was the plan coming into this game to hold them to pretty much be non-significant in this game compared to the first time you played them, where they had large production?
Yeah, they torched us the first game. They were really difficult for us to guard. I just thought everybody was on their assignments. I thought we walled up well. We talked about doubling. We didn't do it very much tonight, but we talked about it. We had a plan if they were hurting us like they did the first time. But I just think our guards took care of a lot of it. They kept people in front of them, so there wasn't a lot of drop-offs to those guys. And then when they did post us, we actually had a couple of these guys having to try to front a guy like Reese, but I thought we had some good help from behind. And so I thought we did about as good as we could do on the post-up defense against those guys.
Great. We have one more over here.
Fran, I was wondering about if you could comment on Khalil's leadership, especially being a sophomore. He seems very vocal and gets in players' faces on the floor on his own team. I was wondering if you could comment about his growth as a leader and his role in the team.
Yeah, I think it's getting much better. I think he's growing every game. And Jig is very good at it too. I mean, Jig knows the game as well as anybody I've coached in a long, long time. And KB's getting better at that part of it. Knows when to get on somebody, but also knows when to pump them up as well. So they're working at it. We're a work in progress still, and hopefully we can continue to grow a little bit. We got obviously a very tough assignment tomorrow.
We got time for one more over here.
Coach, people in your profession can be very superstitious. You guys have done very well without you having the suit coat on throughout the year. You took it off at halftime. Do you think that made a difference today?
No, I don't think it made one bit of difference, but it was getting warm in there. I needed to dump it, and I'll have it on at the start of the game tomorrow. We'll see how long it lasts. But I never coached with jacket on too much over my 30-some years before this, but we'll figure it out. But it's not that I'm not superstitious about that. Although I'm going to have a caffeine-free Diet Coke later on. I like that. I'm superstitious about that.
All right, thanks, Coach. See you tomorrow.